It can be helpful beyond the scope of our time here together today to keep a running list somewhere you can see it. I really encourage you to do this. Maybe like you have a piece of paper and it has 3 different headings: body, mind, spirit on it. And when something occurs to you fitting in one of those categories for something you could do to recharge yourself, you could just kind of jot it down. And when you do that, it brings all of this front and center, which until it becomes habituated, you need to kind of do things to make it front and center. So toward this end of getting more skillful, understanding what actually recharges our different types of energy, I want to close things out by sharing with you 3 things to keep in mind. 3 things to keep in mind as you're figuring out what actually can recharge and refuel your 3 different types of energies. There's a lot of 3s in this workshop, right? So the first thing I want you to keep in mind, I want you to keep it simple. Simple, doable, and practical will far outfuel a sudden burst of effort that peters out over time. So maybe something on your list of what might recharge your spirit is like a 3-week tour of Colorado. That sounds awesome. So you could add in some hikes, recharge yourself physically there as well. You could stay off technology for the entire time you're gone. Now, I love setting up vacations like this. I really do. I don't think there's anything wrong with having intentions like these for a trip that you're planning. But I want us to start today with the simple and the daily. You will get the most bang for your buck, energetically speaking, with the simple and the daily. So something like staying away from the news until noon every day to recharge your mind, or drinking 16 more ounces of water a day to recharge your body, practicing a simple gratitude meditation each night before you go to bed to recharge your spirit. Simple and daily. In regards to setting intentions, which is in essence what we're doing here, we're setting some intentions. A wise teacher once taught me to always try to set an intention that I knew I could knock out of the park. I love that teaching so much, and I've relied on its wisdom more times in my own life than I can count. So maybe it's not even doing a gratitude meditation for 10 minutes every night. Maybe you decide to do it for 1 minute every night because you know you could knock that out of the park. So that's my first note. With these intentions on how we're going to start giving our 3 energies a more balanced attention, make them simple, daily, and knock out of the parkable. Is that a word? Should be. Knock out of the parkable. Simple, daily, and knock out of the parkable. That will totally help you. The second thing I want you to keep in your mind when thinking about things that refuel your different energies is you should know that if something refuels one of your energies but depletes another, you might want to rethink it. Let me say that again because it's so important. If something seems to refuel one of your energies but drains another one, it's probably not the most skillful choice, right? So let me give you a super easy example of this. You have a rough day, so you want to refuel your spirit, and you love chocolate sundaes, which I do too. So eat a chocolate sundae to refuel your spirit, even though you've been having some stomach issues or your cholesterol isn't so good. Then eating chocolate sundaes might not be the most skillful choice to refuel your spirit. Refueling one energy shouldn't deplete another. It's an important thing to pay attention to in regards to balanced attention. And the third and final note, I just need you for like 1 more minute, but this is a good one. Third and final note is this. I want you to really listen to this next statement because it's a powerful one and it can simplify all of this to a huge degree. Energy flows where attention goes. energy flows where attention goes. Sometimes, in fact, a lot of times, just the simple act of giving each of your energies attention, like in the meditation we just did, body, mind, spirit, that in and of itself can be enough to recharge those energies. Why? Because energy flows where attention goes. You shine the sun of your attention on your physical energy, on your mental energy, and on the energy of your spirit. And just doing that, just giving yourself this kind of focused, intentional, and balanced attention can serve to recharge your energies. Sometimes it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Remember that evening I was so tired from lack of sleep and I helped my kids with their project? All I did that night to recharge my spirit, I always cry when I think of this. All I did that night to recharge my spirit was I took some focused moments to bow in thanks to my spirit. That's what I did, and that's all I did. I took some moments and I bowed in thanks to my spirit. Thank you for helping me show up for my kids. I gave my spirit my attention and my gratitude, and it recharged me so simply, so powerfully, and honestly, it didn't take much time or effort. This is because energy flows where attention goes. So in closing, I'm going to propose to you that one of the simplest, easiest, and truly skillful ways we have of sharing a balanced attention to body, mind, and spirit all at the same time is in mindfulness meditation. That's the art. So if you think about what the architecture is of a typical mindfulness practice, we stretch a little bit and move. That helps us to bring attention to the body. And we practice softening and relaxing the body. So that's us paying attention to the care of our physical state and our physical energy. Then we start to notice all of our thoughts bubbling up in the mind, right? And the guidance in mindfulness practice is always to not fight those thoughts, but to acknowledge them, to honor them even, because they're a form of your precious mental energy. And then if we can stay in the practice just a little bit longer, we take some time to check in with our spirit. For me, and how I guide a lot of meditations, is I encourage people to check in and just see how they're doing, not how you're doing financially or how you're doing with your allergies or whatever. It's an encouragement to check in and pay some attention to the energy of your spirit. Maybe bowing in thanks to it if it's been seeing you through. And then one of the main reasons we can feel so good sometimes after we meditate is because we've just recharged each of our energies through the simple act of paying attention. Energy flows where attention goes. Okay. I bow to you in thanks. I hope so much that this was of benefit to you. I'll see you next time.